So one thing you got to know about God is that he always listens to your prayer. And now a lot of people will tell you that he may not necessarily answer your prayer with a yes. And a lot of people will give things like, God will answer with a yes, a no, a not yet, or one of a few of these different answers, right? And that's good. And it's good to understand the timing of God and what he wants to do at his appointed time and how he's going to answer your prayer. A lot of people, they think that you just have to bug God and you have to pray things over and over. But God listens to that. He listens to your prayer the very first time that he ever hears it, right? And so it's not, I don't want to say unnecessary to continue praying that. But more importantly than all of that is actually to pray the prayers that are in alignment with God. And that's what a lot of people are missing, because when you pray, you may think it's a good thing. You may think it's good for you to, end something, to end, a certain sin, to stop a certain activity or whatever it is. And in your mind, you think it's good and that it is should be the will of God. But the problem is that it's all still about us. It's about how we think and what we think would be the best, as opposed to aligning ourselves with what God would want and his will. And it's a nuanced thing. A lot of people may not necessarily get there, but there are levels to it too, where you understand the very fundamental things, right? Sin and no sin. Do you want to pray for something that will harm you or not? Those are things that are very obvious for Christians that are walking with baby milk or in their baby faith, right? But as you grow and you get higher and you have more wisdom and understanding, when you're praying, you may be praying things that you think are right and good, but they're actually not the will of God. And so that's why getting to that next level requires great discernment and really a fine-tuned and honed-in relationship with God and with Christ, right? And so I want to encourage you guys today with this, because a lot of us, we may be misled thinking that God will answer a certain prayer, that we just have to wait or whatever it is. But really, we haven't been praying the right thing from the beginning. We haven't been really praying with the will of God. And so technically, if you think about it, anything that somebody prays, especially those that are more mature and understand the will of God, technically when they pray, they have a higher, I guess, quote unquote, accuracy. And that's because they pray the will of God. They don't pray their own will. They don't pray what they think would be good. But because they're in tune with the Lord, they're in tune with what God would want, their accuracy, quote unquote. And again, it's not about if you're right or wrong or whatnot. It's about what you're praying and if it's in alignment with the will of God and what he would want. And so a lot of us need to strive to get there. And it begins with getting to know God, getting to know who he is in the Bible, with a deeper intimacy with, in prayer, spiritual disciplines, even whatever it is that would get you into the presence of God, such that you would grow and continue to be more like him. And then you can pray things that are more in alignment with him. And so that's why a lot of people, they're confused why, they've been praying so long for COVID to go away, why it's still here. They don't understand what COVID's for. They keep praying for certain people to be out of the office, but they don't understand why they're still, or this person is there or needs to be there, or whatever it is. They're praying a lot of things and they don't really quite understand it. They think it's a good thing, but they don't understand the bigger picture and what God is doing with those things. And so I just want to encourage some of you guys to really reevaluate what it is that you're praying and how you're praying. And if you are really praying in alignment with God's will, it may not be that God's waiting for a certain time. It may just be that it's the wrong prayer. And so a lot of us are doing that because we don't have a deeper understanding of the times of what's going on around us, as well as what God would want and what he actually is trying to do with his people. And so whatever that means to you, wrestle with that and go to the Lord with that, because a lot of us, we're confused right now. We're trying to pray. We think we're doing good things, and God looks at your heart too, right? But he's also wanting to get you to the next level. He doesn't want you just to be a baby Christian or a infant Christian, a teenager Christian, a young Christian anymore. He wants you to get to the next level. And so that requires digging a little bit, wrestling a little bit, and trying to see what it is that your prayer life is doing, and if it's at the place that you should be, because it's just because it's repetition and you're doing the same thing doesn't mean you're getting to the next level. And so I want to encourage you guys with that, with this quick video. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys very soon.